Hello everyone, my name is Nathan and today it's time for another episode of Oxygen Not Included here in the Ultimate Base 4.0. In the previous episode, we sent May out into space for some exploration. She's now stationary, so what she should be doing is sleeping, apparently, and then also using the telescope. As she did that, we discovered another planetoid right here. This one isn't that interesting apart from actually getting the tungsten, but everything else I think we already have access to. Tungsten, of course, is really nice. And it also comes with a higher peak lux than the other planetoids. But I think we're gonna need to focus on Radato in the first place because this one comes with the steam vent, the polluted water vent, and also the saltwater one. In the meantime, maybe we can do something here about the third planetoid because this one here has a unused cool steam vent, so all of this water here we could also still use, though honestly this will probably be reserved for oil processing in the future. Not sure, how much does an oil well actually take? It takes 1,000 grams of water, and how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, there's another one, 4, and that's all I see right now. Considering the oil wells are probably not all active the entire time, let's say we're gonna be using 2,000 grams of water, and this one here comes with an average output of about 1,700 grams. In other words, we cannot rely on this one because we're probably going to be using that one in order to feed everything else. This means we desperately need to make our way over here to Radato, and in order to make that happen, I think the easiest route to go would be to unlock the petroleum engine. So we need a whole bunch more data banks to accomplish that. At the moment we collected 29 data banks, and what did I need? Like 200 more? Not quite. But we need to spend some more time in space to make that happen. In the meantime, we still have a little bit of water here in reserve, but apparently right now I'm not getting any new one because, well, this is all petroleum and I only have this one liquid pump. So maybe what we could do to make this better, let me actually see, what is this filter doing? It's filtering out petroleum only. So should we get some naphtha or oil, we're actually screwed. Either way, this means we're going to be spending this episode exploring a little bit more and preparing ourselves in order to launch a rocket to Radato. We need something capable of traveling at least 12 tiles, maybe even more. Actually, thinking about it, we could then just send over a little bit of petroleum to refuel the rocket. Oh well, we'll see. If I can have a proper rocket, I'm actually taking that. We cannot unlock any more question marks, but I'm still gonna allow May to discover everything, and then we're gonna make our way back casually, getting some more data banks. As a matter of fact, I'm probably gonna be spending a little bit of time just hanging around in orbit to do the data banks. In the meantime, I'm also preparing myself. In the future, I want to do this, and this is something I never actually done. I always done like the edges in order to make them straight for whatever reason, but I think in this playthrough I want to just fill out all the spaces that I'm not going to utilize. So instead of just having this a vacuum or open space, I'm just gonna tile it all in with plastic tiles since we're gonna have that like forever. Ooh, yeah, look at that. We have 227 tons of dirt. I think I brought that over from the second planetoid. Yeah, as a matter of fact, I'm still bringing it over. Maybe we should stop it. We now have plenty of dirt again. Now, unfortunately, there are a couple more issues here with my laboratory that I did not realize. For one, we actually need a way to add a pump to this liquid pool. Right now, I don't really have the space for that to also set up a pump and then maybe even a sensor. We would have to put this 2 blocks over, which sucks a little bit, but what we could do is maybe just fill this up with supercoolant as well and then have this be a mesh tile. But then this means I still have to reroute the power, which I could do just coming from the top maybe. But yeah, on the other side we have that farting dupe that actually releases natural gas, and right here we also have the carbon dioxide that accumulates, which is really unfortunate. Okay, looks like we explored everything. May? Yeah, we also need to remove the carbon dioxide. It looks like May is only eating and sleeping whenever I check on her. Ah, okay, never mind. I'm sorry. Now she looks busy. But yeah, we might want to improve the situation here with the carbon dioxide. We need to pump it out or destroy it with another method. We have 39 data banks and just 900 kilocalories left, so unfortunately I have to move her back, which is totally fine. We're just gonna fly back and hopefully safely arrive home. She might get hungry just a tiny bit, but I think we're gonna be fine. Also, before I forget, maybe some more blueprints. Give me something good, please. Yes. Underdog socks. Oh, come on. We got a farewell at sunrise painting and elegant retro wall pot. While we wait for May to actually collect enough data banks, make her way back and do all that stuff, I would say there are probably a couple more improvements we can take on this planetoid. I already took out all the materials here on the left side, and as you can see, once I opened this up, I went from 1000 degrees to only just shy below of 200. So I think now it's time to collect all of these materials. I want to sweep them as quickly as possible. And then right here, apparently I collected a little bit of naphtha. Maybe we can collect that in a different spot. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and put all my naphtha into this little part, so it actually has a place to go. While I'm at it, I'm also gonna take out the hot material here on the right side. Let's see, maybe we're just gonna build them out of obsidian, these ladders. Get that going up here, ladder every 8th block or so, and we should be able to mine this up easily. Unreachable food, yeah, okay, so we just ran out of food here with May. Let me actually see, how quick are we gonna be? 1.3 cycles, yeah, she will definitely survive that. Oh, did I just see a meteor shower? Yeah, look at that. Oh no. Well, this is really bad. So we're gonna have a meteor shower before we can actually land. How long is this gonna take? 15 seconds. Oh, can we even close the doors? It's gonna be a close call, but it's just a slimy meteor shower. Not really worth mentioning. And doors are closed. Wonderful. Just in the nick of time. You know, the most annoying thing about meteor showers is that they just take an enormous amount of time out of the day. Anyway, I've been thinking about utilizing this part here. There are now many buildings that are actually dependent on having a access to sky, like this mission control station, but more importantly, where is it? The launcher? Well, I took it apart. But essentially with a setup like this, we don't have the space for many of these launchers, and ideally I would have one launcher for each planetoid in the end, or at least each planetoid that I want to deliver with something automatically. So if I set up my first launcher right here, then I would have the space for a couple more. But the problem is then we don't really have the space for anything else unless we put them down below. And down below we cannot really put anything because, well, there's going to be no access to space. However, I believe what we should be able to do is either put this on bunker doors, or maybe even the normal mechanized airlocks are going to work. So we don't even really have to be fancy about this. Say this is actually a good spot for my launchers, then I would have them on doors. I would need 3 doors. That means if I use 6 doors, I can have 2 launchers. Yeah, that actually sounds interesting. And then we would be moving this entire thing down. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and do just that. We can already take things apart now. Looks like the meteor showers are over. That means I need to go ahead and mine up everything at priority. That is probably the most annoying thing about the meteor showers. Other than that, they are actually kind of a blessing. I'm definitely glad to have them. May is gonna arrive shortly. I think I want her to pick up the suit again. Yeah, let's do that. We collected 77 data banks and counting. That is actually not too bad, I have to say. So we only have to do like 2 trips or so, and then we can finally build the next rocket. Let's think about what else we can do in order to make progress here on the first planetoid. We're already getting the cobalt here. It's still at 100, and yeah, look at that. This is perfect. So this goes down from 700 or 600 degrees all the way to 200. And then right here, we should be seeing a little bit of heating up with the tiles. Oh man, I could watch this forever. I just love it. And I'm so surprised how well this works with just water. I mean, look at that. We're still coming in at 20 degrees here. Yeah, all this water here is actually still fine. Totally fine. So I'm not sure if I mentioned this, but the genius thing about the idea with the cooling loop is that the cooling not only happens here, but it happens everywhere. Like, sure, we are heating up a bunch of packets here, but as soon as they go through the other stations, for instance, this station right here with the water, they cool down again to the temperature of the water itself. So we can always keep a little bit of chill on the way, and there are 4 stations where water can be chilled down again, and therefore we probably never will reach a point where we have to use all 3 aqua tuners again. I mean, sure, if all 5 volcanoes are active at the same time, it could happen that we heat it up a little bit, but I'm not even sure if we really have to exchange it with supercoolant. But if we do the exchange, then we can definitely cool down even more. So maybe while we collect the data banks, we could think about future-proofing ourselves in terms of power requirements. At the moment, the natural gas generators are doing the biggest chore. Good, right now I'm looking for a little bit of muckroot because that food cannot go bad. That was the problem with the previous flight, that I had something that went stale rather quickly. But I see we still have some pickled meal in here. The question is just, how do I get this out of here? I don't really have the space unless I don't input it anymore. I mean, we could always say we are over muckroot, like we don't need to store muckroot or nutrient bars inside the main storage. Even excellent fruit can go out. And then together with the swamp chart hearts, these are the only fruits that we have that actually don't go bad. So they can also remain outside. Let's go ahead and extract them. There we go. That should happen now automatically. Food is being dropped on the floor and of course, it's now in a vicious loop. But did we get everything out of there is the bigger question. Now, where are you bringing that? Somebody took the... Are you eating it? Wait, what's happening? No, I think they're grabbing it and actually bringing it to the rocket. Somebody has the food here. Yeah. Look at that. Okay, so that's working. It's now being brought to the rocket into the refrigerator there. And that means I can go ahead and store everything in here for the time being. So yeah, May seems to be back and well. And of course, I totally forgot to close this off again. I was kind of working on this unreachable build. Yeah, of course, that's why it's not working. But what I wanted to do, just make this a little bit bigger. And I think I also wanted to exchange the funnel here with cobalt instead of steel. I don't think using all the steel here is necessary. Looks like we already went through all of our data banks. This is insane. And we're now overheating, but that's no issue. I was expecting that, having it completely inside a vacuum. And now here again, I'm starting to fill out all the spaces that I'm not going to utilize with plastic tiles. And then we probably make a proper room for this input. We can get rid of that transit tube access point because we already have one here. And then this is going to be the maintenance tunnel over. Yeah, looking good. I think I can realize my vision from the beginning. But the hotel is going to be even more interesting, which is something we should slowly but surely focus towards now that we have the mid-game stuff kind of figured out. We still need access to supercoolant. We don't really need access to all the endgame materials just yet, not even for the hotel. It really depends on the idea we want to go for. There were some crazy ideas to make it on these really dangerous planetoids, but I guess we'll see. Within the next few episodes, we're definitely gonna go ahead and visit a bunch more planetoids the next time for sure. We might even be able to do it in today's episode. Well, probably not, since we need to build a proper rocket for it. But yeah, if I can get the large petroleum engine unlocked, I'm already pretty happy, and then we can probably focus on building this part here as well. Honestly, the supply teleporter input doesn't even need anything. We're not even going to supply the water to the second planetoid. So we also don't need any gas inputs or so. There's no power. That would actually be amazing. So the only thing that's really relevant is the item input, which we already have kind of implemented there. So I would say we're just gonna make it kind of part of the corridor here. Let's say we also want to have the ability to go up there from the corridor, and then I'm basically just gonna encase this the smallest way possible, and that seems to be it. So first I want to have one layer of plastic. Let me first finish this guy. I kind of want to fill this all out, so you can also get a better idea of how I want the entire planetoid to look. Once we fill all the industrial stuff, just have everything tiled out as well. Good. Inside the Explorer, we now have 9,000 kilocalories, and I think I also fixed the issue with the heat funnel. No, there's a little bit left to go. Can I actually fix that and still make my way up? I think so. There it is. Okay, May, you're ready to go. Let's change that. Could I still easily explore something? I guess over here we can go 5 tiles straight. Yeah, honestly, that seems reasonable. Let's go ahead and do that. Did I already check out what I can find here? Actually, aluminium ore, algae over here, and copper and sand. Okay, but yeah, nothing too intriguing. Well, with that out of the way, let's begin the launch sequence. Wait for May to launch this baby. There she comes. Very nice. Have a good flight. Let's check out the temperatures here. Yes, going up, but it doesn't go up as quickly now because... Oh, I think I just had something melt. Yeah, check this out. We had a pipe actually melting the bridge. Huh, that's intriguing. Maybe it's because I built it out of granite. This could be. I'm not sure. Let's build another one out of obsidian. Well, it's not a good idea to have these there anyway. Like, the water at some point is also gonna overheat and boil up, maybe break a bunch of my bridges. Not sure. Maybe it would be easier to just use the liquid. Maybe it would be easier to just use the port loaders, though I don't think they actually will supply the Spacefarer module, so this could always be a problem that we have. But yeah, definitely will relay a little bit of the heat. All of that rocket heat we should be able to store inside of these tiles, no issues whatsoever. Now, the only thing that we might consider is closing off the top. So say we have these insulated tiles here as well, and then we only trap the heat inside of these tiles, but it can also not escape towards this side. Though I don't really think it's a lot that can escape. So now we're back in space, everything is fine. May, give me that suit. Good luck. Wait a second, wait, we just discovered another planetoid. Oh, this is amazing. Okay, I thought I couldn't even reach this one. Ah, this is so good. It is the aquatic planetoid. I was actually looking forward to this one. This is where I wanted to build the hotel originally before you came up with a bunch of other crazy ideas. But here we go. We got the cool slush geyser and saltwater geyser. This is actually so good. I was, getting ready for a trip over to Radatouille in order to tap into all of these volcanoes and geysers. I mean, we have to make it over here either way for the sleet wheat and the uranium, or as a matter of fact, the sleet wheat is on this planetoid. Yeah, this one here I would only have gone to in order to get more water and liquids. And then this one here I would prefer because of the sleet wheat, so we can switch to berry sludge for our food that isn't supposed to go bad. And then finally, to get unlimited water, we basically have this planetoid. Now this guy's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tiles away. It's even the same distance, so a rocket with 12 distance or so should be able to cover it. I'm actually so glad we made this discovery. This is great. But let me show you the progress I've made here. I'm starting to fill everything out. So everything that looks like this is supposed to be final. And I'm still fixing this part here with another little trick in order to get the vacuum going. I just made enough space for a pump sandwiched in between two heavy watt conductive joint plates. And so just like right now, this has been pumped out. And what this essentially means is we have a vacuum here and no heat exchange is able to continue. So all the heat that we have trapped in the steam room now cannot escape through the power system anymore. And I figured we can easily do that because I have the space for it, and everything else I'm gonna fill out with plastic either way. So I also brought down the pipe a little bit to be able to do that. And then right here with the heat sinks, we're also basically done. I'm not yet sure. I might actually be utilizing this space here for something. We'll see. But up here, I don't think so. May is currently flying back into orbit, but I don't intend to actually put her just... Oh man, how is this possible? Well, okay, that might be possible. No, some food went bad, didn't it? No, it couldn't. We only used the muck root. It's just not that nutritious, We need the darn berry sludge. So yeah, we're gonna be focusing on the 2 planetoids next. The water planetoid to obviously replenish our liquids and maybe think about building the hotel, and then the other planetoid to get the uranium and the sleet wheat. So we do have an immediate purpose now again. Looks like we accumulated some more gases. I'm gonna re-enable this pump. I shut it down because it wasn't capable of getting the 500 gram packets it's actually able to fill up. Very good. Afterwards, we could think about finally dividing up our liquids. So we are going to make dedicated storages. I'm going to need storage for petroleum, that is for sure. And then probably that's it, honestly. Yeah, I mean, we already have the solid charcoal. I wonder, should I just bring all the petroleum up here? We could make this our petroleum storage. I wonder though, what else are we going to need the petroleum for? Are we just going to go for a petroleum rocket dynasty? Or is one of our rockets going to be steered with another type of liquid? I mean, it's one of the end game engines, right? The only better engine that we can get is the hydrogen engine, which I intend to build. But the question is, could we just completely skip all the other engines, like the rat bolt engine? I don't necessarily want to build that one, to be honest with you. The rat bolt engine would probably have been great as our exploration rocket, but now we already have everything prepared for the petroleum. Petroleum is something we could have infinite, and then we could also use the magma here in order to actually process the petroleum. or we just do that on the second planetoid, process it here. That actually might make more sense because we even have minor volcanoes to kind of do this indefinitely. And on the first one, we have limited magma. Yeah, I think that is a good idea. We're gonna make the petroleum boiler on this planetoid, just keep on boiling petroleum and then sending it over through the teleporter. That's gonna be the easiest course of action. That means we will then be getting all the petroleum, and all we have to do is kind of store it up here. And I think that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm still gonna send it over to my petroleum engines for now. So we're gonna keep this in place just like I have it, but instead of doing this, yeah, right now everything is just being dumped down here. Okay, we can probably be sure that this is always gonna be a petroleum here. So if we bring this over, let me see. I mean, first of all, I probably want to exchange this now with insulated pipes, you know, just keep this a little bit at bay. And then I'm just gonna bring this over here in order to dump it into the storage. Yeah, I mean, why the heck not? The question is, do I need to access the storage conveniently? Maybe I want to be able to do that. And the best way to do that will probably be from the top. But if I keep this open at some point, I'm gonna have this nasty water in there as well. So I think what I'm gonna do is bring this down a little bit, like so. And then if I open up the sides here, we might be able to easily make it in here. But that still means I would have to add the wallpaper. So I probably want to make sure that this happens really quickly. But honestly, we're going to be using so much storage capabilities by pushing the liquid vent down. Yeah, actually, this absolutely does not make any sense. Let me think about that. I'd rather go down here, though. My goal was to remove this ladder. Maybe now that we don't need it anymore, I'm gonna do just that. Then I'm gonna make my way over here. And if we set up a liquid pump here at the bottom, where is the pump? Right there. So say we do that right here. This would be perfect. Bring this all the way up. And now if we move this bridge a little bit, yeah, let me get rid of this bridge. We could have the bridge coming over a little bit sooner directly into the chute right there. And then with the pump, we go straight up and have another bridge like so. Ah, come on! Like so and so. So it actually still continues towards the rocket here, but first it will make a detour and be dumped into the large storage. And then all we really need is access to power, which we could do right here. Wonderful. And now I also have the space to fill this all up with drywall as I please. Good. Maybe let's start and mop everything up here. I don't necessarily want my water down below. I see. The problem is we still have a little bit of steam here, and oh my gosh, polluted oxygen. That hurts. But yeah, I'm not sure we're actually gonna make it. At some point, we probably always run into the problem of having something on top, another layer of liquid, but who knows, maybe we can avoid it. Let's keep on building here. Another layer of plastic, and at least the corridor here is also done. So I think I want to open up this guy here. Yeah, if I do that, I don't even have to build a crazy wire. This is going to allow me to make a little access point to the supply teleporter here as well. So we're going to surround this guy in the same manner. And of course, everything needs proper drywall. That goes without saying. Oh yeah, this is now starting to look really good, I gotta say. Look at that. Even here we got some steam. How is this even possible? Steam made it over here. How did it get so hot? Okay, I guess the water here, yeah, no, it's at 25 degrees. I don't get it. These weird physics sometimes drive me insane. Nisbet, of course, got herself trapped. What can I say? These dupes, they never learn. But I'm, of course, always here to bust them out. Okay, so you get the basic gist of what I want to accomplish for today's episode. I think I'm just gonna skip it for you and do something in between the episodes. We are still shooting stuff here. Explorer is now in orbit, and we have collected what? Come on, out of the way. We got 60 data banks. Let's see just how many we exactly need. That's not the right one. Right there. Okay, we need another 85, or what is that? Yeah, 85. So actually not too many to go. And then once I've done that, I'm gonna be finishing the research. So the next time we can dive right into building a petroleum rocket, and we're gonna make our way over here in order to get access to basically infinite amounts of water, and also maybe think about the hotel that we want to build. But with that out of the way, we're gonna wrap it up for today's episode. Thank you so much for watching, have a great time, and see you in the next one. Bye bye.